everybody? Thanks for checking out this video. This is another Madden 21 rebuild. I'm Colossal Tugboat. Thank you again for stopping by. Taking a look at our team, we're just going to kind of get right into it today. Taking a look at the team, we've got some questions that need to be answered for sure. Quarterback situation being the most prominent position of need, and we got nobody. We got Jared Stidham, Marcus Caver, Graham Clifton, none of which are very good. I think we're just for this season going to stick with the guy that we got, Jared Stidham. Hope that maybe some Belichick cheese can rub off on him. Maybe Cam Newton instilled him with some of the crazy passing tips that he had whenever he put on that almost MVP performance last year. We're going to hope for the best because I'm scared to start either of these two. Though I kind of think Marcus Caver might not do too bad, but we're not going to try it. So Stidham, he has 87 throw power just like the other two, but his accuracies are much better. 81, 77, 73 respectively. Even 77 throw on the run and 79 speed. You could be a lot worse off than Jared Stidham, but you could be a lot better off too. So a little bit concerned as to how this is going to go. New addition, Alvin Kamara is leading the backfield. We did ship off Sony Michel. We shipped several of our veterans off too. Damian Harris is in here as a backup, which isn't too bad. And then J.J. Taylor, 23-year-old out of Arizona. Not very good, but some depth there. Wide receiver, and Keel Harry is going to be wide receiver 1. He is actually the best wide receiver on the team right now. So last season he only had 11 catches. I don't know, not much at all. He barely played, like 25 snaps. So going to be a big jump in production for him. Hopefully Jared Stidham can feed him the ball, get him maybe a dev upgrade to a star. That'd be nice, but we're really going to need to put in some work. Jacoby Myers also stepping up big this year. Not very fast, honestly. I mean, 85 speed is not good. These wide receivers are not good. It looks like we signed Greg Ward Jr. from Philadelphia. Not a bad player. The definition of this offense is going to be just bang on average plus Alvin Kamara. So hopefully we can make something work with our rookies. The rookies are in much better looking position than our veterans we got right now, but we'll figure that out. Offensive line, the exact same as last year. This is going to be Marcus Cannon's last year with the team. It is his last year on his contract. So hopefully thinks he's playing for a new contract, but he's not getting one from us. So hopefully he can put some stuff together and do well. Our surprise draft pick of the year, Timmy Harden, wearing number 81, concerning, but hopefully he turns out better than the last person who wore number 81 for the Patriots and played tight end. That'd be really good for us. But he's going to be solid. He's going to be star dev. I was hoping for a superstar being first round talent in the 5th round, but it is what it is. So that's the offense. We got the defense here. Definitely a bunch of new faces, several familiar faces as well from last year, besides the wide receiver position and running back, I guess, where we had the most overturn. The defensive line, our rookie first round pick, Stanley Hawkins, already in there, ready to start. I have high hopes about him. I think he'll be pretty good over there at the right end position. Jonathan Hankins taking the defensive tackle spot. Bo Allen, both of them are on 1-year contracts, while Bo Allen's on the last year of his. So we'll have to see how they do. We do have Lampman here, who I'm actually going to bump ahead of Bo Allen because I want to see him develop. I kind of want to bump him ahead of Jonathan Allen too, but I'm not going to. See if he can do anything as the second string and maybe get some good experience in there. And then we got Chase Winovich again starting on the left side. See if we can get him developed a little bit more. I was hoping to see more sacks out of him, hopefully this year. Stephon Gilmore is also the last year of his contract. So we're going to have a decision to make. He will be 31. He didn't regress at all. Statistically, he's still a 99 overall. So that's good. That keeps me optimistic. Probably sign him for another 2 or 3 years and use about everything we can get out of him. And maybe he just won't go down in overall at all. We'll see. Jonathan Jones there, Charvarius Ward, who we brought in. And then beyond them, we have Jawan Williams, Michael Jackson Sr. Both of them are pretty young, but we don't really want them seeing the field too much. Our biggest free agent addition outside of Alvin Kamara was definitely Marcus Williams, 24 years old, coming in to play free safety, replace Devin McCourty, and we still have Adrian Phillips back there. So we're pretty locked up at free safety. It's his last year too. Might see if we can pull off a trade for him. Once you get out of the first year, really. It's kind of hard to trade people because Madden lets the teams go over in salary, except for us, of course. So half the teams are like negative 9 mil, 13 mil, 26 mil, crazy numbers. So it's frustrating. Moving on, Josh Uche, we want to see get more playing time this year. He didn't get that much last year, but even in the limited playing time, he still went up to a star. 75 overall, I think from a 71, maybe a 72. So that's very promising production from him. I want to see him play as much as he can because he's going to be a good player. Middle linebackers are the same. Dante Hightower went up to a superstar, which is nice. So he got a new contract and a new development. That is good. Jawan Bentley, also there. Hoping to see more production out of him this year. His tackle numbers were not very good last year. Middle linebackers in good shape. Left outside linebacker, we have Tyus Bowser. We also have Bolden that we drafted. I think since I'm just going to assume we don't have much to play for this year, I'm going to start as many of these rookies as I can to get them experience. That way, if we do well, it'll be a surprise. But two, that way they can just get a ton of XP and just build, because this year I'm not feeling too optimistic about without a quarterback. Start our strong safety, who is a little bit less overall than Kyle Ducker, younger, 3 years younger, and I think, in my opinion, kind of has some better stats. So that's going to be the defense. Special teams, got our same guys locking it up. Hopefully our kicker can put in another good year. And specialists, slot corner, I guess we can let Adrian Phillips be a slot corner, and then we'll take him out of the sub linebacker as well. Rushing right in, we're going to want Josh Uche doing that. We could do Hutton. I want Uche. I want him to be the star of this whole shebang. And then we'll get our rookie in there doing some rushing defensive tackle. Like I said, I just want to get as much XP for these guys as possible. No other real running backs, so Alvin Kamara is going to do both third down and power back, and Jacoby Myers is going to be our slot receiver. Interesting team makeup. Don't really have any idea what this team's going to look like. I'm going to go ahead and sign John Ross because we need some speed to this offense. And who better than John Ross? So maybe he can put together a good year for us. Technically be slotted as wide receiver 1 right now. We're going to go ahead and send to the regular season. Big decision. This team, I really think it's going to be 4 wins. We're going to set it low. Maybe they'll surprise me, but without a quarterback, I just have no confidence. The rest of the team's not in my opinion, terrible shape. That's kind of to be determined, I guess. John Ross already wants a contract, just got in here, but we'll reevaluate that. He's only 25, so we got a ton of receivers right now, most of which are young. So, like I said, Stephon Gilmore needs a new contract. Jawan Bentley probably needs a new contract. Adrian Phillips, we're going to see about. Same with Jonathan Hankins. Marcus Cannon will be gone. Jacoby Myers has a chance to come back, but like I said, we got so many young receivers. And he's young too, but we got so many receivers already. We can just kind of build upon that. He's not anything that we got to worry about bringing back. Bo Allen is gone and Ryan Izzo's gone. So outside of Stephon Gilmore and probably Jawan Bentley, not really anybody we want to bring back. So shouldn't have to worry about that too much. Should be a decent year for us in free agency to be able to spend some money, move off a couple more contracts and go from there. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into year 2. Teams in 81 overall all across the board. Not too bad considering we have a 63 overall at quarterback. I'm going to check scheme fits really quick and see if there's something that fits our team better. And we're going to sim to about mid-season and see how things are going. So at week 8, we are actually on bye. Last week, we got a win against the Titans, which is good to see. Let's upgrade our players. And then we'll have to go over a few screens in order to see what our record is looking like. We're up to 82 overall, 83 on offense, 81 defense. Very excited to see how our team's doing. We're 4-3. We're leading the way. Maybe Jared Stidham's not so bad after all. We're leading our division. Just beat the Tennessee Titans. Let's take a look at the stats. Jared Stidham's thrown for almost 1,600 yards, 12 touchdowns, 8 picks. Not great. I mean, he's winning games. I mean, at this point, Cam Newton had pretty good stats, but he wasn't winning games. So, Alvin Kamara, 553 yards on 100 carries, 5.5 yards per carry. Much better than Sony Michel is doing for us. 4 touchdowns. Damian Harris with 1 touchdown. Jared Stidham is balling out around the goal line, it looks like. 17 rushes, 36 yards, but 4 touchdowns. Keeping drives alive and scoring with his legs. You like to see it. I didn't even check Cam Newton's rushing stats last year. Be interested to see what he did. And N'Keal Harry taking over as wide receiver 1. 40 catches, 404 yards, 2 touchdowns. Not too bad so far. Rookie Timmy Harden, 24 catches, 309 yards, 3 touchdowns. Doing well for himself. John Ross, we brought in preseason free agency, I guess you could call it. I don't know. 300 yards, 3 touchdowns. Not too bad. Jacoby Myers doing all right. And Devin Asiasi still catching some touchdowns. 6 catches for 78 yards. It's pretty good. 2 touchdowns. I like what I see. Kind of surprised Dalvin Kamara's not getting many more catches, but I kind of like what I'm seeing out of the receiving game. Not too bad. Marcus Cannon's still giving up a shit ton of sacks. Everybody else is on par for a pretty good year. Dante Hightower leading the team in tackles again with 54, 2 TFLs, 1.5 sacks, 1 INT, 2 deflections. Be interested. We'll check out the forced fumbles here in a few. I'm trying to keep it more streamlined. Eli Rickard, 47 tackles, 2 TFLs, and 2 INTs. From the strong safety position, playing well. I like to see it. I was debating between him and another strong safety in the draft. The other guy was a 74. Ricard was a 72. So as long as he does well, I mean, it kind of stings there because he literally went the next pick. And I was like, as long as Ricard does well, I'm not going to be bothered by it. Now, if the other guy's like Superstar X Factor or some bullshit, he went to the Buccaneers, so I'll check that out. That's beside the point. TFLs. Chase Winovich leading the team with 8. Josh Uche with 7. Jonathan Hankins 6. That's pretty good. Sack-wise, still not great, but it looks a little bit better than where we were at this point last year. 3 for Stanley Hawkins, rookie. That's good. 2 for Chase Winovich. 2 for Josh Uche. 1.5 for Hightower. And then also rookie Bolden getting in there. Juwan Bentley not doing too bad. He does have 33 tackles at the halfway point, which is, I think, what he had at the end of last season. So he is playing more. That's good. I want to see whether or not he really deserves a new contract. INTs, Ricard again with 2. That's good. Marcus Williams, our free agent addition, the big one, also paying off with 2 INTs. Dante Hightower 1 and Stephon Gilmore 1. Still 6 INTs, but not as many as we had at that point last year. Forced fumbles, we have 0 this year. I'll take what I see on defense. I kind of like what I'm seeing so far. Still want the sack numbers to go up, but not too bad. I'll take it. Field goal, okay. Field goal kicker has fallen off face of the earth. 4 of 7, 57%. 40 is his longest field goal of the year. He's only had 1 blocked. Last year he missed 2 or 3 and they were all blocked. So I kind of cut him a break here. Not looking too good there, Justin. So we might need to be looking for a replacement for him. See if anybody's available right now. Get a mid-season kicker change. But we're 11th overall in offensive yards, which is impressive. 28th in defense. We're doing better than I thought. We already passed the goal. Goal was 4. I guess not passed. We're right at where we need to be. So let's see if there's any free agent kickers, any veterans looking for a team. We're going to bring in our boy Rex Specs here off the Colts practice squad, and we're going to get Justin Rohr whatever out of. We're going to relieve him of his duties. He's in a funk this year. Got to let him go. Contracts at the halfway point, like we determined earlier. There's only a couple people we'll bring back. I did see John Ross's numbers. Nothing impressive. Like I said, I don't think I'm going to bring him back. He just kind of was there to help fluff up the wide receiver core for this year. Stephon Gilmore's doing well. We will give him a 2-year deal. Yeah, he takes that. We'll give him a 2-year deal. See how he's doing at the end of that. I remember signing him in just like a a franchise I did on my own. I think maybe with like the Lions or something. And he doesn't really regress that hard. So 2 years is nothing. Juwan Bentley, honestly, I'm going to give him what he wants. 3-year deal. He likes it. We're not really re-signing anybody else. More and more I thought about it, I think I'm just going to leave Adrian Phillips on the team. We got somehow, some way, some decent team chemistry going on here. I don't want to disrupt it too much. I don't even know if that's an actual thing in Madden. We do this every time. We get players that we want to trade, and then the team just kind of crumbles beneath that. So we're going to leave him. Plus, the best offer I could get, which I didn't even really pursue too much, was maybe a pick from the Jets. I don't really mind trading him in division. I don't think it's going to matter that much, and they probably wouldn't even re-sign him anyways, but everybody else is just completely screwed on cap, so I'm just going to stick with what I got. We're going to go ahead and sim to the playoffs, see how it goes, and hopefully we make the playoffs with Jared Stidham. Didn't make the playoffs. Got absolutely smoked by Tampa Bay week 17. Finished 7-9. Poor Dolphins, still going 3-13. Jets ended up surpassing us. We didn't make the playoffs. And again, a second straight 7-9 season. On the year, Jared Stidham, not many passing yards, but did have 34 touchdowns, 14 picks, sacked almost 50 times, 3,700 yards. Alvin Kamara came in and tried to do everything he could to will this team to victory. It just wasn't enough. 1,300 yards, almost 7 touchdowns. Dude was an animal. Stidham did rush for 5 touchdowns, which is pretty impressive, but just not enough. Kobe Myers led the team in yards with 809, 7 touchdowns. John Ross with 8 touchdowns, and Keel Harry with 3. Timmy Harden having a pretty good rookie year, 50 catches, 650 yards, and 7 touchdowns. Ossie still with 4 touchdowns. Kamara with 4. So offense didn't do too bad. We didn't make too many plays. Like, we scored touchdowns, but yards weren't really there. Gave up a lot of sacks. Joe Thuney actually gave up more sacks than Marcus Cannon. I still think with 7 wins, we did better than I expected to do this year. So we definitely need to capitalize on that. Dante Hightower, 128 tackles, 4 TFLs, 6.5 sacks from the middle linebacker position. That's pretty good. 1 INT, 4 deflections. Right behind him was Juwan Bentley. So moving him above Adrian Phillips on that sub linebacker spot was definitely a good decision. Keep that in mind. If you have a linebacker you want to develop and you got a safety in front of him on sub linebacker, just switch it. Otherwise, your linebacker's not going to play. He's not going to develop. It's going to be bad. Devon Gilmore, 93 tackles, 2 TFLs, only 1 INT, not very good. TFLs, 11 from Josh Uche, 11 from Chase Winovich. Very good tandem right there. Sacks, 6.5. Dante Hightower led the team. Rookie Stanley Hawkins came in second. Josh Uche with 3.5. Chase Winovich 3. I think that's better. I mean, definitely higher numbers than last year. Not great still, but we improved. That's what we asked for, so I'll take that. INTs, Marcus Williams had 5, so money well spent for us, I think. Great pickup. Eli Ricard, our other safety, had 3. Charvarius Ward had 2, and Dante Hightower 1. Dante Hightower ended up forcing 2, so that's good. Did we get any pick 6s or anything? Nope. Not bad. Offense finished 19th overall in offensive yards, kind of settled down, and then defense finished last in yards. Disappointing year. I can't even say disappointing here. I mean, we expected to get 4 wins. We had the promise. Let's see if anybody made the Pro Bowl. I didn't even bother to check year 1 because I was frustrated. Nick Mullins apparently is going to be QB1 in the NFC. That's impressive. Nick Mullins and Nick Foles, Big Dick Nick, and Mitch Trubisky. So there's just 3 quarterbacks that should not be there. But whatever. Nick Chubb made it in, RB1. Alvin Kamara, our guy, halfback number 2. That is good. Probably didn't have any wide receivers, I would imagine. Left tackle, no. Left guard, no. Center, no. Right guard, Shaq Mason made it. That's good. Josh Allen, probably nobody on defense besides maybe, I was going to say Dante Hightower, but he did not. Cheetah Bay Awuzie, wish we could have had him. Just missed out on him, but he made it to the Pro Bowl. Good for him. Marcus Williams made it. Oh, our rookie strong safety made it as a backup. He had a great first year. Couple Pro Bowl nods, I'll take it. Nothing to really write home about. Super Bowl 55 is a rematch between the Chiefs and the 49ers. We didn't look at yearly awards yet. Let's go ahead and take a look now. Russell Wilson wins your MVP. Mitchell Trubisky came in third on the Colts. Oh, no. Nick Mullins, there it is right there. The classic Saints signing somebody just terrible and then being an absolute world beater. And then Big Dick Nick doing it down there with the Bears. Very confusing MVP list right there. I don't know what to think of it. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Patrick Mahomes. We had Jared Stidham on there at 8. So clearly the algorithms broke here because I would argue that Alvin Kamara had a much better Offensive Player of the Year campaign than Jared Stidham. Defensive Player of the Year, nobody made the list for us. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Timmy Harden. So that pick paid off. I was so uncertain whether or not I should take him because Ossie did so well, but that's good that we won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Hopefully we can get that star up to a superstar. That'd be nice. Eli Ricard came in second. Not too bad. Wish we could have gotten first, but I'll take it. Stanley Hawkins is also on there and Matt Bolden. So we drafted well defensively. 3 of our top picks made it. So that's good. Mitch Trubisky was the best quarterback in the AFC, better than Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. Alvin Kamara, second best running back. Wide receiver, we had nobody. Best offensive line, nobody. Defensive line, do we have a shot? Nope. Best linebacker, somehow no. Best DB, Marcus Williams, that's good. maybe he's doing better in this one than he did whatever the other sim that we signed him. I think the Chargers. So maybe he can go up to a superstar dev. I haven't seen it yet. Eli Ricard in there on 10th. So we got some good DBs. So yearly rewards, not too bad again. All right, so we get down to Mitch Trubisky. He threw for 42 fucking touchdowns. Still 21 picks, only 3,800 yards. So he threw 6 more touchdowns than Mahomes, 8 more than Lamar Jackson, 10 less picks, or 10 more picks, and 6 more picks, but somehow he's better quarterback. Madden algorithms, baby. I don't get how they work. So taking one last look at the contracts we got before they hit free agency. John Ross III, we are going to let you hit free agency. Appreciate you coming in. We are going to re-sign Rex Specs here, just give him the classic 7-year deal for no money. He's so excited to be here. Adrian Phillips, appreciate everything, but you're gone. Jonathan Hankins gone. Marcus Cannon. Jacoby Myers, I just didn't see much out of him. I'd rather give the younger guys, or maybe even someone we draft or bring in that might be young, I don't know, the opportunity. But we will take these contracts. They will go to free agency, and let's see what we got to play with. So negotiations for coming out of year 2, going into year 3, free agency for this Patriots team. We're going to try and spend all the money we got, I think. Doesn't seem to really work in the long run for us, but probably not spend all of it. I don't know who this guy is. Who is Deontay Harris, and why does he have superstar dev? We're going to go for our quarterback. We're going to go for Baker Mayfield. I think that's going to be the best option for us. He may not sign with it. I mean, we have the best offer right now, but anything can happen. Definitely want to get right tackle Braden Smith. He will help solidify this offensive line. And then Michael Gallup would be a great pickup for us. Nobody else seems to be throwing offers at him. So we're going to give him what we can. Go out on a limb here. We're going to go after Baker Mayfield and hope that we get him. All right, we got Baker Mayfield. That's good. We got Michael Gallup. That's great. We got a number 1 receiver to go with our new quarterback. We missed out on the right tackle. We have $12 million to try and make something work. We could sign Kevin Zeitler. See if he wants to come to us for that crappy offer. He came to us for that deal, so we have an option there. 5th-year option and Keel Harry. I've not been thrilled with how he does, so I'm going to say no. And then he'll be playing for a contract this year. We're not going to keep overly attached to some of these guys. So we've spent about all of our money right there. We're going to go ahead and try Kevin Zeitler at tackle. Better than what we got for sure. Still an 82 overall, I'll take it. So going into the draft, which we will be here in a second, we got our QB1, we got our running back 1, got our wide receiver 1. So we got our big 3 right there. We got our offensive line completely shored up. Definitely could probably use actually right tackle if there's any good ones. Kevin Zeitler should do, or some combination of these 5 moving around should do for us. Wide receiver still needs some help for sure. Tight end, we're good. Defensively, according to the sim, we need help. I think we're not doing too bad. I don't know why it wants to start Kyle Duggar, but we're sticking with our rookie for sure, and Marcus Bolden. So yeah, I really like where the team's at right now. Corner, could use a corner. So we got a couple of targets we can go after. Getting Baker Mayfield was clutch. We got our first big free agent quarterback out of these rebuilds. So first time we really had to go for one. We have the 12th pick in the draft. So we're going to see what's going on here. So with our first pick in the draft, we took quarterback Byron Alford, hidden development, 73 overall, 88 throw power, pretty good accuracies. I mean, those are all good stats. 86 speed on top of it. We got a great player here. I can't wait to use him. So draft recap going into year 3, a great draft class we had here. Our first pick, number 12 overall, the quarterback, he's fell to us. Byron Alford. Potentially the second coming, Lamar Jackson. 88 throw power, all 80 accuracies, 78 awareness, 85 throw on the run, 86 speed, 88 acceleration. Dude looks like a freaking beast. Can't wait to use him. Hidden dev. Cannot wait to get him in there. We're going to trade Baker Mayfield. It's a little bit cheesy, but I didn't think that quarterback was going to make it. And whenever he did, I couldn't pass it up. A 2nd round pick, Carlos Cormier. 21-year-old rookie out of Clemson, defensive tackle. Really should take over the defensive tackle position from our rookie last year who didn't do too much. We'll see who fits in better. Wide receiver Jalen Walker was next. Again, another 73 overall. So in the first 3 rounds, we got a 73 overall in each round, which is great value. Then we took a 67 overall middle linebacker, Jalen Darden. Just kind of depth to fill in behind Hightower and Bentley, which would be nice. Another defensive tackle, kind of best player available, 68 overall. Towards the end, I just started taking best player available. I didn't go after cornerback as much as I probably should have, but I didn't have it as scouted as much. So I did go ahead and drop the signing bonus on Baker Mayfield. If that's cheesy, flame me in the comments. We're just going to go ahead and cut him. I don't even want to trade him to another team because I feel like that's unfair. We'll just cut him, and whoever signs him, signs him. Hopefully he shouldn't come at any kind of penalty to my roster. That's that. This quarterback's too enticing not to use, so I'm going to go ahead and enjoy it. The goal of these is to win the Super Bowl, but however, these aren't the realistic rebuilds that we're going to be doing. Those are going to have probably C4, the YouTuber C4, his draft classes whenever he gets finished with those. That way we can actually have good players rather than just completely taking a guess and a stab each time. But those, I will keep it tight. If I sign a player and then draft a player, like in real life or most rebuilds kind of thing, like a realistic one, you wouldn't do what I just did. But for these right now, the game's broken. Everything's broken. I would rather just use people I draft. So taking a look at the roster heading into this coming season, we got Alfred here, our new quarterback. Cannot wait to see what he does for the team. Jared Stidham's still there, but obviously Alfred's going to start. Kamara's still there, should benefit very nicely from having a legitimate quarterback, or at least what we believe is a legitimate quarterback. Michael Gallup, the new wide receiver 1, and Keel Harry trying to fight for a new contract, and then a bunch of depth wide receivers behind them. See if anybody can break out, hopefully. Offensive line's all the same, except for Kevin Zeitler's right tackle. As we saw in the draft, there was literally all of them were undraftable. That's why I did it. That sucks, but he should be fine, at least for a year. Timmy Harden coming into his second year, hoping to get a superstar dev. Devin Ossie still developing, even as a second string, which is nice to see. Defensively, we still need some work here, but we're doing all right. Hawkins is doing okay. He was second on the team in sacks last year, I believe. Cormier is going to go ahead and come in and start. He's a little bit better he has a scheme fit too, over Lampman, our original rookie pick. But we do have solid depth there, solid youth, solid depth. So I like that. Chase Winovich, not really progressing as well as I would have liked to see. So we might need to think about making a change there. I'm not sure. Stephon Gilmore, still in 98. We got him for this year and next. So we'll see about extending him beyond that. Jonathan Jones is still there in 85 overall, and Charvarius Ward's in 80 overall. Joejuan Williams is still, and Michael Jackson Sr. are still hanging out with the team. Really the same defense. Actually, the exact same defense we had last year, just a different defensive tackle. I'm not sure if that's good, not sure if that's bad. I don't know. Josh Uche coming in at right outside linebacker has developed nicely, unlike Chase Winovich, which is good to see. Went up in dev, gone up quite a bit in overall. He's still only 23 years old. Looking quite nicely there. Like to see it. Our 2 middle linebackers are the same, and Bolden is there. I don't know how much he went up. Maybe like 2 or 3 points in overall. And then Ricard still holding down the safety spot. See if he can capitalize on the freaking good rookie year he had last year. And then, of course, Marcus Williams. We see no dev trait increases from last year, which is just very, very disheartening considering we won an award or two. But Rex Bex is still our kicker. That's good. Slot wide receiver is going to be this Walker guy, Jalen Walker, who we drafted. Definitely the build of a slot receiver. You like to see that. Slot corner is Charvarius Ward since we let Adrian Phillips go. That's going to be the team. Let's see what happens going into year 2. Let's get to the regular season, set our goal. All right, so set season goal. I really don't know what to think of this team. I think offensively, we've kind of overhauled it quite a bit. Defensively, it's the same roster, but I didn't think even last year that was a bad roster. I think 7 wins is the way to go. I'd like to see us. I think for us in this division, honestly, 7 wins can make the playoffs. So we're going to go with that. Let's see who ended up signing Baker Mayfield to. I guess Baker Mayfield doesn't exist in Madden anymore. Did we just delete Baker Mayfield? Did he retire or something? What the fuck is going on? I think I just deleted Baker Mayfield from. So go ahead and get ready to sim to the midseason for year 3 of the Patriots rebuild. And let's see how it goes. Hopefully our new quarterback is doing well. Marcus Williams won player of the week defensively, 6 tackles, 2 INTs. It's really good to see these players that we're paying do well. Apparently, Michael Gallup is frustrated. It's been quiet for him out on the field. I'm not gonna lie to you. If I was playing the game, I'd force feed you. I can't really do anything about that. I do want to play a game as this quarterback, I think, because he just seems kind of freaking nutty. Alvin Kamara is about to have a breakout, or wants to have a breakout game. 4 touchdowns. Is this the game? Do we play this game? See if we can get Alvin Kamara his goal. We might do it. Looking at this point, though, we are 3-2 on the year, which is pretty good. Up to an 85 overall offense, 87 defense, 83. Let's check on the stats. Our quarterback's 22nd in passing yards, 22nd in touchdown. Not too bad. 1,260 yards, 9 touchdowns. Does have 6 picks. Hopefully the touchdowns and the yards go up. And the Alvin Kamara, 72 rushes, 361 yards, 1 touchdown, which is good. Quarterback does not have any rushing touchdowns yet. So receiving, Michael Gallup's frustrated, but he's caught 30 balls for 403 yards, 1 touchdown. Jalen Walker, our slot receiver, almost 20 catches, 243 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kamara has 2 touchdowns in the air. N'Keal Harry is not fighting very hard for his new contract. Timmy Harden, not a great stat line, honestly. Not terrible. Devin Asiasi still putting up touchdowns. Good, solid red zone threat. I think he's a good compliment. I'd be curious to see how he would actually continue to progress as the number 1 tight end, but I like Timmy that we got there. So offensive line, not doing too bad. Everybody's giving up a sack with the right tackle. Kevin Zeitler experience, not doing too bad. Dante Hightower, again, leading the team in tackles. 40 tackles, 3 TFLs, 2 sacks. Good year, no INTs. Juwan Bentley right behind him at 31, 1 TFL, no sacks, no INTs. And Stephon Gilmore with 30. TFLs, Dante Hightower is leading the team. That's not very good. Josh Uche with 2, Bolden 2. Sacks, 3 for Stanley Hawkins, 2 for Hightower, 2 for Uche, 2 for Winovich. Nobody else with a single sack or half a sack. These seem to be the 4 usual suspects for us whenever it comes to getting sacks, so that's good. But what I don't see is my defensive tackles doing. So I really hope that improves coming up on the year. Josh Uche also has 2 INTs, which is pretty impressive, considering he really only should be playing pass rusher. Marcus Williams with 2 of them all last week. Eli Ricard also with 2, which is good to see. And Matt Bolden with 1. So defensively, we're not doing too hot. Getting to the pass rusher again, but we've only given up the 11th most yards. So that's, right side. Scoring points on offense, not really getting yards. Jonathan Jones is 28, wanting a new 1-year deal. We have 2 years left in this rebuild. Honestly, I'd kind of like to have them back for both of them. We're not going to be paying a quarterback during this rebuild, clearly, after we ditched Baker Mayfield. So we don't really have to worry about like a huge contract incoming. Kevin Zeitler, I probably should resign just in case we get another shitty draft. We'll see. Charvarius Ward, we'll sign him. He wants more money. We'll see. Chase Winovich is 27. I think I might pass on him. Seems crazy, but he's 27. He hasn't done much. He hasn't gone up much overall. I think we can do better. Same with N'Keal Harry. He just is not doing anything for us. So we got a lot of our depth is going to be heading out, but we got plenty of money to make some moves on some people. So we will go ahead and re-sign Jonathan Jones, re-sign probably Zeitler, Charvarius Ward most likely, and see how that goes. Now, Alvin Kamara has an upgrade this game. I really want to get him to an X Factor. I'm going to try playing it for the first time in our franchise rebuilds. We can try doing... I'm just going to play offense only. I'm not going to lie, because I just want to get Kamara his dev. So we'll get some gameplay in here. If we get anything good, maybe we'll just get absolutely shit on. I don't know. But hopefully there's some good highlights. I want to see how this quarterback plays too. All right, first drive of the game. Let's see how this goes. Weird seeing him not in 41. Got a big hole. Could it be? Oh, man, if he was just a hair faster. Oh, look at him wide open. There we go. You to get this touchdown, my guy. Oh, what a block. What an absolute legendary block. Halfback toss for the touchdown. His first on the day. So we'll see. Oh, what a spin move. Oh, there we go. 2. He was unhappy. Let's actually take a run with our quarterback real quick. Oh, that's nice. kind of expect him to be a little bit faster, but not bad, not bad. I want to hit Timmy Harden with a pass at some point, too. Oh, Kamara might have him beat. Why did you kind of stop? He went up and got it. I'm kind of surprised. Normally, those are batted down for me. There we go. Don't be so mad at us, bud. You caught a touchdown. He's hype. Let's go. Hit Gallup. He's wide open. He's fast. Let's go. Run it. Run it. There we go. Good catch. Good run after the catch. There we go. That's what we brought you in here for. Don't really care. That's why we go for it, baby. Are you fucking kidding me? How does he drop that? No way. Oh my God. I can't believe that actually just happened. That'll get us about 50 yards, but I just don't. Oh. Oh. Nice juke. There we go. That's 20-yard gain. See if we can hit a play action crossers. That's going to be a touchdown. Feels bad. I don't think we're going to be getting the dev trait for Kamara. But that was a good play. That worked out well for us. Man, I was really hoping he'd get past that linebacker. Quarterback's running in open field. Let's get out of bounds. Let's not fumble. Good run. Run up the fucking hole. Oh my God. What a man. He did it. I even settled for Devin Aussie. It's not going to happen. It's not in the cards. That throw should not have gotten off. Should not have been completed. Nothing. But we'll take it. So, Alvin Kamara gets his X Factor upgrade, or at least he should, unless the game decides to rip me off. Quarterback throws for 3 touchdowns. Ran for 1 touchdown, too. Had a great game. Wanted to get our boy Timmy, our tight end, a touchdown, but that was not in the cards. So, not a bad game there. Byron Alford has an upgrade here. We're going to use it on a strong arm. I want to get him more throw power. See what we did get +1 throw power, so he's up to an 89. That's good. Still need 31 more downs before we can see what his development trait is. Frustrated receiver. See if he's any happier. Did you see me racking up those points out there? I knew I had it in me. All right, so he caught a touchdown. His psyche is back on track. He should have had that big catch there that maybe went for a 2nd touchdown, but Alvin Kamara earned it. There's his superstar X Factor, 5,000 XP for my quote-unquote receiver, because that's what he was that game. He actually had some good runs too, so I'll take it. So that new little red icon is going to look real nice on him. Got first one free, be able to use his juke more effectively. Let's go ahead, after that long delay, go ahead and sim the rest of the season and hope to God that we make the playoffs. All right, there we are. We're at the end of the season. We finished 9-7. Went from 4-2 to 9-7, so not terrible. Finished the season 4-5 after our sims. Weekly awards: our quarterback won Player of the Week alongside our former quarterback, Cam Newton. You can see the comparison in numbers there too. Seem to be similar types of players, similar types of results. We will go ahead and upgrade our players before this playoff game. Our first time in the playoffs at year 3. 85 overall. 88 offense, 83 defense. Let's check out the stats for the regular season really quick. 7th in passing yards, which is good. 14th in touchdowns, not bad for his rookie year. 4,200 yards, 31 touchdowns, 18 picks. We want to see that number go down a little bit, but I will take it with the touchdowns and yards we got. Great production, much better than last year. Kamara with 1,200 yards, once again, 6 touchdowns. And then Damian Harris had 10 touchdowns, filling in, I guess, as a goal line back, which is nice. Byron Alford finished with 3 rushing touchdowns. We had one of those. We also accounted for his fumble. My bad. Receiving, Michael Gallup put in 90 catches for 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. So we made a good choice on our number 1 receiver for this year. That's fantastic. We haven't seen that since Julian Edelman retired. And Julian Edelman was somehow better than that. So I will take that. Jalen Walker out of the slot, 770 for 5. Timmy Harden, 624 for 8. And N'Keal Harry closing out his Patriots career with 514 yards and only 2 touchdowns. A very, very abysmal career with the Patriots. Not much to be proud of there. Kamara, 3 touchdowns in the air, 444 yards. Not bad. I think not most of the yards, but a good portion of the yards came in that one game with me. Blocking, not bad. We got rid of Marcus Cannon and, sacks were more widespread, but not bad. Defensively, Hightower once again leading the team in tackles for 3 years in a row. 6 TFLs, 3.5 sacks, 1 INT, 1 deflection. Juwan Bentley right behind him with 97, 3.5, and 1 INT also. Stephon Gilmore, 86 tackles, 2 INTs, half a sack. Pretty good numbers right there. TFLs, Josh Uche led with 10. Nolan Mayer, who was a rookie for us, had 8. Stanley Hawkins, 7, and then so on. Sacks, I see a number I really like. Double-digit sacks, first time breaking double digits in this rebuild. Stanley Hawkins, second-year player out of UCLA. Been a stud for us, and I'm so glad to see that he is doing well. Josh Uche had 5 as well, with 2 INTs from his rushing position, which is really nice to see. Dante Hightower, 3.5. Juwan Bentley, 3.5. Chase Winovich, this is why I'm letting you go. I had high hopes, but you are 27, going into your 3rd or 4th year, and you're only getting 3 sacks. Maybe I'm just not setting him up for success. I don't know, but I would have loved to see more production out of him. Marcus Williams leads the team with 3 INTs, Josh Uche 2, Eli Ricard 2, Stephon Gilmore 2, and then a bunch of 1s. And forced fumbles, Stephon Gilmore forced 1, and Charvarius Ward forced 1. So we forced several turnovers this year. Our kicking game, Blankenship was 15 of 18, 83%. His long was 53, which is good. Only missed 1 PAT. Not bad. Not a terrible year. So that is our stats. So let's go ahead. We'll do our fancy little, quote unquote, fancy little sim. A little game preview here. We got our team's an 85. The Colts, Darius Leonard is an X Factor. They are an 84. 2 very, very good teams. 2 bitter rivals. Let's take a look at the Superstar X Factors. So let's go ahead and get into this game. Colts are starting off with the ball. They score first drive. Looks like we had a turnover on downs of some sort. They got the ball back. We get it back. Can we score, please? Come on, get a score right before half. Even if it's a field goal, I'll take it. All right, 7-3, 14-3 actually going into half. Not good. Wheels seem to be falling off. 11-14, not doing too bad. We went for 2, got it, so that's good. Colts offense seems to be too much, kind of overwhelming our defense. See if our quarterback can lead any kind of a charge. Oh, it's just looking like a little bit too little too late. The Colts pull it off. 14-21. We lose round 1. Apparently the GOAT, Mitchell Trubisky, 20 of 27, 74% completion, 232 yards, 3 touchdowns, no INT. My quarterback, 221 yards, no touchdowns, no INTs. See how the run game did in the sim. They had 19 of 62 with Mac, and Kamara went 14 of 67 with a touchdown. Not bad. Receiving, we just want to look at our team. Timmy led the way with 62, no touchdowns. Obviously, nobody's going to have any touchdowns. Michael Gallup apparently just decided to stay home during the playoffs. Therefore, really just not leading to very much offense being played there by the team. Really sucks to see. I liked our chances, liked the way it was going, but that's what happens. Let's take a look at the yearly awards coming out of the season, see how everybody did. I'm kind of optimistic that we should have a couple players with some awards. Hopefully a Rookie of the Year would be real nice. MVP goes to Joe Burrow, turning the Bengals around, 11-5. Nick Mullins is somehow still on this list, as well as Cam Newton, Mitch Trubisky. Didn't see Josh Rosen that time. That's impressive. Coach of the Year, we were not on there. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Byron Alford got 10th. Not bad. Defensive Player of the Year was Matt Milano. Byron Alford wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. And the runner-up is also probably his new favorite receiver, Jalen Walker. That's awesome. Nobody else on the team there. Deshaun Golden of the Texans wins D-Roy. Nolan Mayer is up there. He had a pretty good year. Best quarterback, we got 7th. Best running back, we got 4th. Sorry, I was looking at Kareem Hunt. We got 4th. Best wide receiver, we got 4th as well. Best O-line, that is 6th for Shaq Mason, 9th for Joe Thuney. D-line, Hawkins had a good year. Linebacker, nobody again, even though our linebackers have had great years consecutively. Frustrating. And no DBs. Interesting. Kicker, nothing. So we won our Offensive Rookie of the Year. We also got runner-up for Offensive Rookie of the Year to ourselves, so that's fun. Yeah, sad to see it end in the first round of the playoffs. go ahead and see if anybody on our team made the Pro Bowl. Quarterback did not make it, got beat out by Joe Burrow, Lamar Jackson, and Sam Darnold. Alvin Kamara made his second straight Pro Bowl for us. Michael Gallup made a Pro Bowl. Joe Thuney made the Pro Bowl. Shaq Mason made the Pro Bowl. Quite a bit of votes this year. That's good to see. No linebackers, no linemen, no corners, no free safety, no strong safety. Let down on the defensive side, but offensively we looked pretty good. So that is good. Let's go ahead and see. Super Bowl is going to be the Cowboys versus the Chiefs. I'll be honest, I completely forgot to see who won the rematch between the Chiefs and the 49ers last year. Chiefs are back in it again against the Dallas Cowboys. NFL's wet dream right there. So Byron Alford is a star after all is said and done. Up to 90 throw power. Already got great stats for just going into his second year. The number 16th ranked quarterback already. Dude is nuts. I wish he simmed a little bit better, but we'll see how he does in year two. His year two. So ready to negotiate. Jonathan Jones, we wanted to bring back we wanted to bring him 2-year deal. Let's see if he accepts that. Just a little bump. He's happy to re-sign. Not bad. He did regress a little bit. Zeitler, we'll hit him again in free agency if we need to. Charvarius Ward. Let's see what's available. So we re-signed Jonathan Jones. I think he'll be solid for us for 2 more years. So going into free agency, got $64 million. Got a couple offensive linemen there, defensive linemen. Brian Burns would be really nice. However, he doesn't really fit our scheme. So free agency going into year 4. We're going to take a look at Brian Burns. We have the 4th best offer on there. If we get him, cool. If not, I'm not going to worry that much about it. I think we can find somebody just as good in the draft, and I'm not really going to overpay him a ton, like 100. I mean, I already had to bump up the offer quite a bit, and I'm about where I feel comfortable offering it. So if he doesn't show up, Isaiah Oliver, I really want to go and get. So we did put out a big offer for him. And then Jawan Taylor, not the greatest right tackle, but definitely the best one there. I'm not going to take any chances on the draft, so hopefully he decides to come. And he doesn't. Nobody did. We lost all 3 of our free agent bidding wars. That sucks. We whiffed on our first 3, so we're going to go try and bring Charvarius Ward back. If we don't get him back, it's, again, just kind of meh. I'm sure I can find a corner or 2 I could draft to help replace him. Melvin Ingram is old, but we can bring him in. He's the scheme fit for this position, and then move Hawkins over to where it's his scheme fit on the other side of the line. Bring back Zeitler, who was super solid for us last year. Other than that, we're going to have to look at the draft for quite a bit of options because there's not much on the free agent heap. So hopefully these guys, year 4, nobody wants to play for the Patriots. You hate to see it. I don't even think we didn't get Zeitler. So we've got a lot to look at. Might need to even hit the free agency at the beginning of the year and see who's all there. Draft recap going into year 4. Again, another solid draft class, honestly. Didn't miss on a 70. Didn't get anything below a 70 until the 6th round, which is really good. I left in Sterling Daniels, the number 2 player overall in the class. We got him at 19. We're going to try and experiment, see if we can move him over to the opposite end, because right now they both play left end, see if one of them can take over the right end position. Then we took Evan Kramer, cornerback. I can't remember what overall player he was, but I think he was like 32nd. In the draft class, we got him at 54, 70 overall, hidden dev, so that'd be nice. Can't wait to see what his hidden dev is. Wide receiver Matthew Nance was next up, 72 overall. He has 95 speed, 94 acceleration, 78 catching. Looks like a 93 change of direction. Looks like a solid player to help fill out the weapons. And then we get into something that's a little bit odd. I took a bunch of defensive tackles. All these guys are run stoppers, so maybe if it finds a better fit to move one of them over there, I don't know. I'm not really good with playing with 3-4s. On top of that, these were also best player available. This guy was 7th round projected, 1st round talent, 73 overall, so I was just felt like taking him. And then these 2 were just kind of best player available, throwaway, and then just some depth at running back to help out because we don't really have anybody. I'm sure we'll need to sign another running back or 2, just bodies. I know injuries aren't on, but it just kind of makes sense. So Timmy Harden has an upgrade. Let's go ahead and throw that on vertical threat. Up to an 82 overall. That is nice. Got a bunch of upgrades there for that. I'm still a star dev. He didn't have an incredible year by any means, but I was hoping to see him go. Do it for this video. Be sure leave a comment at the bottom. Let me know how you're thinking of these rebuilds, how it's going. Let me know anything I can do better. Maybe even give me some more suggestions on who to do next. I'm kind of just picking blind here. I kind of have an idea, working with a buddy of mine, trying to figure out how to select the next team. I think might be a good option. But for right now, just let me know in the comments who you want to see. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications so you can see whenever the videos get posted. That would be awesome. Follow all the social media links below. Follow me on Twitch, Facebook page, Twitter, all that stuff. I post all my updates on there, and I live stream on Twitch, obviously. We're sponsored by Raise Energy. Be sure and check them out. Product of Rep Sports. They are fantastic. I love every single one of their energy drinks. My personal favorite is Baja Lime. They are 0 calories, 0 artificial dyes, all that nasty stuff, 0 sugars. By far my favorite energy drinks. I can't drink stuff like Monster, Red Bull, stuff like that anymore. I used to in high school, but can't do it anymore. These hit the spot. They're delicious. They don't taste like crappy energy drinks. Really enjoyed working with them. Continue that sponsorship and be very, very happy for that. I think that's all I got, and I'll see you then.